Now, is that the real Flabber talking to me?
I would assume so. I don't know why we would put up a fake Flabber. Jude, is that the real Flabber? He is the fantabulous, the incredibly talented, the one, the only Clownvis.
Hi, kid. How are you?
I'm better now. How are you?
I'm doing real good. Very happy to be here. This is a cool looking setup you got.
Why, thank you. Thank you so much. And it's an honor to have you. And I guess off the top, I really wanted to congratulate you. Now I know it's 201, but I wanted to wish you congratulations because you recently had your 200th episode of Clownvis to the rescue.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's amazing the time flies like that. You know, we started the show last March, whatever that was, when the world kind of fell apart. And then yeah, we just didn't stop. I didn't stop from day one, and it's just become a really fun thing and a bigger community than I ever expected.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. I was telling you before the show, but I just wanted to say it again. Thank you so much for doing what you do, for keeping us incredibly entertained. We appreciate it so much. You're the reason why we're able to get through our days, our months, and keep us smiling and keep a smile on our face.
Well, thank you, kid. I appreciate you saying that. I have no I don't feel like I have any I don't mean, that's not really my intention. I mean, I guess technically I'm a clown, and so I guess that is my duty, to take sadness away and leave happiness. But honestly, I'm just having fun, and the fact that people play along and have fun with me, because the world is such a serious place these days, and maybe rightfully so in a lot of situations, and maybe there's, people need to buckle down and figure some stuff out, maybe. But at the same time, we can't let fun and goofiness fall by the wayside.
That is true. I couldn't agree with you more. Kind of to get started, I wanted to ask about your relationship with ICP and having the opportunity to, be at the gathering, which is something that I'm hoping next year I'm going to get to do. So,
oh yeah, we love it.
So, can you give us any good tips or tricks for being at a gathering?
Well, yeah, I've done it 3 times now. This past summer I did it, and that was my 3rd time. And before I did it, 2018, I believe was my first time, maybe 17, I don't know. But I didn't know much about Juggalos at all. I had the first ICP album in the 90s, and of course I think the whole world is aware of the Insane Clown Posse. Their reputation definitely precedes them. But I hadn't put much thought in it because I always thought what we did was so polar opposite. I've never really been a scary clown. I've never, sang about hatchets and murder or anything like that. I'm just kind of a happy-go-lucky clown. And so just that being said, I didn't know much about what the whole Juggalo culture was into. And I got to say, kid, my eyes were opened up from the second I stepped on stage that first time at the gathering. And to realize all the creativity and the love that's in that community, it goes so far beyond the face value of clowns murdering people. And I mean, it's so creative and so sweet, and it's just the most amazing thing. So I would say, to answer your question, the only advice, mentally, just get out there and have fun, but physically, just make sure you have your provisions in line, because once you're out there at the gathering of the Juggalos, you are certainly out there, for good. I always like to set up camp there and just stay right in the heart of it, and just make sure you have toilet paper and maybe a couple of Cliff Bars and stuff like that.
Ooh, hydration too.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have a go-to Faygo flavor, Clownvis?
I don't really drink soda, but whenever I do these ICP events, they always have the Faygo up for grabs, and I just I just grab whatever. I'm a root beer guy. If I can have a choice, I'm a root beer guy.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I wanted to ask because one of the big things that does happen at the gathering is JCW, and I'm a huge wrestling fan. So I wanted to know if you've ever gotten the opportunity to enjoy the wrestling.
Oh yeah, a couple times, and at Hollow Wicked too, they did that. Yeah, boy, it's so fun, and they do it right. I didn't get to see it last year. I was scheduled in the comedy tent while they were doing that. Well, I guess it was two. Geez, I get things confused. Yeah, 2 years ago,
What year
3
is
years
it?
ago, technically. Yeah, the one where Violent J and Rudy wrestled. I missed that. I really wanted to see that. But there was, yeah, those guys. They have the best characters, and there's such skilled guys that are involved in JCW. I mean, you'd be surprised at the level of, because I've seen all kinds of wrestling from not so great to the greatest, and JCW fits right in. Hey, you know where I saw you do you did with Gangrel? Is that correct? You were on his podcast, or together you did one?
Yeah. So I'm his co-host for Fangin' and Bankin' with Gangrel, and it's such an honor because I mean he's of course without a doubt one of the biggest legends in the history
Yeah.
of the WWE. So I'm so incredibly honored to get to hear his stories, pick his brain. But
He's
yeah,
a
yeah.
real nice guy. I did a few things at his when he had the wrestling school out in Sun Valley, California.
Oh no way! Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, when he was doing freak show wrestling stuff with Sin Bodhi and some of those guys.
Love
They,
Simbodi.
yeah, they would have me involved whenever they needed that weirdness factor. And yeah, I always thought Gangrel, he's so cool, man. I love him.
Yes, I ditto those sentiments. So I wanted to ask because obviously we're around holiday time, it's starting to be that magical time of the year. And I know that you have Christmas themed songs. So I'm just curious, is Christmas your favorite holiday?
You know, let me try to give you a real answer instead of just saying whatever comes out of my mouth. I mean, probably technically, yeah, I mean, but at the same time, and Ken, I will tell you this, I wouldn't tell everyone this, but I'll tell you. I really like aligning myself with all the holidays. It's kind of, for some reason, and I don't even understand it, but for some reason, old Clownvis can kind of be aligned with all the different holidays. We just had a great time on my show all October long, doing, just crazy Halloween stuff all October long. And during Valentine's Day season, I do all these telegrams, and I used to do personal appearance telegrams, more surprise people at work and stuff. There's, and not much with Thanksgiving, but I tell you, it's got to be. I mean, I don't hate it. When I hear those songs and stuff, it's like they make me happy. It all makes me happy. I'm not sick of it like the way some people say they don't like Christmas. I like it. I do.
Now, do you have any holiday traditions?
Let me think. Gosh, I always do a big. I always do a big show sometime, and I try to do one big holiday show every year, just to kind of get, basically to get some use out of that overpriced Santa Claus suit that I bought a few years back. But I do have, I do have. I wouldn't call them traditions, but I love doing shows. Or last year I did a live stream on New Year's Eve, and that was very fun. I've always loved doing New Year's Eve. What I've done a couple times, and I'll probably do it this year. I haven't set it up or announced it yet, but I like to go live and the live stream for like 4 hours through all the time zones, midnights on New Year's Eve, and then just start popping champagne at the first hour, and then see what happens by the last hour. Singing Auld Lang Syne every top of hour, and partying and celebrating. It's like a real good 4-hour party. That's kind of a tradition.
That sounds awesome. I'm gonna have to join that party. If you do one this year, count me in.
Yes,
I'm there.
I will.
Okay. Jude wants to know, because we are speaking of Halloween and the holidays, do you have any thoughts on candy corn? It seems to be pretty controversial. So
Yeah, a lot of people get really upset by it. I tell you, I don't like it. There ain't nothing to really like about it. But I guess when I was little, I would eat one and not know any better. Nothing to be upset about or anything. But they were just. It is pretty impressive that they still make the things.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Well, I wanted to mention that you are on. Ooh, what flavor of Bang are we drinking here?
Radical Skedaddle.
Ooh,
fancy! I went to they were out on the shelf. I went to the guy at Quick Trip. I said, "You got any Radical Skedaddle in the back?"
I like the name. Whoever came up with that name should get a bonus.
No, they definitely. These are not for tough guys to be taken out of the cooler there. The other one I get is Rainbow Unicorn. That's the other one I like.
Ooh, okay, I like it too. Okay, before I get to my question, Ken wants to know, is the McRib a great sandwich or the greatest sandwich?
Oh, I feel bad, Ken. I've still not tried a McRib sandwich. Maybe I had one back in the 80s or 90s when they started making things. But I will try. I'll try one and get back to Ken about that.
Okay. So we will be waiting with bated breath. I think that's the expression, right? Bated breath, something like
They,
that.
yeah. What does that mean? I wonder.
I have not a clue, but I just used it, so I should probably know. I hope I didn't insult anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't think it's. I don't think it's like a culture thing. I mean, maybe I might offend a fish.
I hope not. Okay, so obviously you're on Cameo, which is so wonderful. I wanted to know what has been maybe the craziest or most interesting request that you've gotten.
I'm about to. I'm going to do one when we're done here, where I get to tell someone's grandma and parents that they're pregnant, and they're going to let them know on Thanksgiving. I hope they're not watching right now.
Guess what? Surprise!
But no, I get to do it, and I've done that a couple times. Where I've been the clown bearer of good news. Where I can only imagine that someone shows their parents this clown talking, and you're going to be grandparents. So it's fun. That's a good one. I like it, man.
What a better way to find out about pretty much anything.
Yeah, I've done them all, man. I really do. I don't, the only request I've ever said no to is like, I'm not necessarily big on the revenge stuff, and a lot of times because you don't know who's right. I mean, the person that's 100% in the wrong might say, well, I got $50, so be on my side to say this, and then you find yourself boiling water. I don't want that.
Yeah, none of that. No. Keep the revenge out of it. Keep asking for Clownvis to tell people that you're pregnant. Maybe you aren't even pregnant, but he'll do it anyway.
Yeah, and I'm willing to tell people, I'm willing to quit for people if they wanted me to quit their jobs or something. I'm willing, if it's righteous, I would do it.
Oh, a righteous quit.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. So, I've seen photos of you with so many other interesting and wonderful people. And I'm wondering who's been maybe the most surprising person to tell you that they were a fan of yours?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because the people that follow you on Instagram are pretty amazing. I mean, you have anyone from Chris Jericho follows you, David Arquette. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Clownvis fans are legit.
I know. It's really great to have cool fans like that. Puddles is probably big. Puddles Pity Party.
I love Puddles.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I cannot say enough good things. And, he reached out to me when I first started doing Clownvis to the rescue. I hadn't been doing it long. And I didn't, we didn't know each other. But he just reached out to me over the computer, and we got on the phone and started talking. And boy, what a nice guy! I'll be honest with you, kid. I was jealous of the guy. I just saw. I didn't want to. I never really looked into it because I just knew that there was a clown that did really good on America's Got Talent. I'm a clown that didn't do so good on America's Got Talent.
That's debatable.
For him to be for him to be a nice guy and to reach out and then now to be my friend, that was the sweetest surprise in the world. That kind of clown love. And the same with ICP. Those guys became Clownvis fans before I didn't have to court them or anything. They found me, and I was just taken aback by that.
That's awesome. Clown love. All right. So, okay, my producer messaged me, and I Clownvis, I'm in the same boat as you with this one. He says there's a surprise and it's a video, and I'm legitimately just as curious as you are.
Oh,
so
it's not like a hidden camera that they had on me earlier or something, is it?
It could be. I have no idea. So I guess, Jude, if you can roll that.
Hello and welcome to the 7th dimension. Hold please for Flabber. Flabtastic! Are you kidding me? Clownvis can hear this. You're kidding me. He can hear this. We're in the 7th dimension. How can he hear me? Anyway, if you're out there, Clownvis, I just wanted to say you're one of the greatest impersonators of Elvis of all time, and I saw you on America's Got Talent, and man, I'm a big fan. Flabberific! You're sure he can hear me? Yes, Flabber, he can hear you. Okay, well, guess what? Have a great time on the podcast. One of these times we'll meet up at a convention or a Comic-Con, or maybe we're on stage together entertaining people. Hopefully they're kids, because kids rock! Flab out! Have a good time.
Now, is that the real Flabber talking to me?
I would assume so. I don't know why we would put up a fake Flabber. Jude, is that the real Flabber? What's it just happened?
That was his voice, certainly. I don't know, but I don't know if he's on Cameo or something, or if someone knows Flabber.
Okay, yes, apparently that's the real Flabber. I don't know how that is. Okay, that was like I'm just
wow. I mean, that's Flabber, but you know what I'm saying. I don't know. If anybody's watched my program, I've been Flabber crazy. You know, are you familiar with Flabber? Do you know who he is?
Yes, of course I do.
From Big Bad Beetleborgs. Wow. Yeah, I've just become obsessed with him, and I realize there's not a lot of like you can't just go to YouTube and get a Flabber highlight reel or anything. You know, like there's not a lot of packaged just for Flabber fanatics like me. You know, I mean, so that is huge.
What is happening?
I don't know. I don't know how you guys put that or whoever put that together to get Flabber on to say Clownvis. That right there takes the cake.
I'm rarely at a loss for words, but I that's shocked me too. Okay, shout out to Jude, the producer, for making that happen.
Wow.
Where do we go from here?
I don't know. That's just crazy. I mean, I'm so in. And for those of you who don't know, Flabber, he's a character from Big Bad Beetleborgs, who was like, you see him here, and I always saw him back when he was on TV in the '90s, I guess. And I didn't really watch it, you know. And this guy in the not cartoon, but in the show, he looks a lot like Jay Leno, but I think that was not intentional. And I don't know any. This is just my take. But what he is like a phantom Liberace, you know. So to an Elvis clown, it's like, who the hell is this guy? Let's be friends, man. Come on. I love it.
In that video, he said he's hoping to meet up with you at a Comic-Con. So now,
if he's out there, I didn't see. That's the other thing. I didn't know if he's at those things. Because if he is, I mean, certainly people would be excited to meet him. And gosh, set my booth up right next to him and take him to Olive Garden or something. Would be best. I mean,
endless breadsticks. That'll wow.
Oh man, yeah, we could talk for hours. I honestly have so many questions. It's rare. It's rare that the internet leaves questions unanswered for fanatics. You know what I'm saying? Like usually you can kind of dive into something and get so into it and learn everything in the first night. But with Flabber, there is a very cool cloak of I don't know, just like you can't dig in as deep. That's exciting. My mind is blown, kid.
I have goosebumps. Like, okay. Well, okay. Let's attempt to continue on. Like, I'm trying to be professional, but I got thrown off my game. So
yeah,
we're gonna go into our first game, Clownvis. This is a game called Clownvis to the Rescue: Rapid Fire Resolutions to the World's Strangest Problems. So I'm going to pitch you a scenario, and I want to see how you would solve said scenario.
Sure,
Capiche? We're good? Okay. Let's put up the first one. Someone cuts you off and then stops at a green light to turn. What do you do?
I would give him a little honk.
A little honk? Okay.
But then I'd feel bad about it. I wouldn't accomplish anything, but I would probably give him a little honk.
Okay. A little on the horn, or like a car horn, or
just want to.
Perfect. All right. Here's the next one. Okay. Ooh, okay. The Monster Squad have come back to wreak havoc at one of your shows. So I'm assuming we mean they're not quite Universal Monsters, but you know, they show up. They're at a Clownvis show. What do?
I would make immediate friends with Frankenstein because he's a sweetheart. And then I would also straight up just tell Dracula, yo, man, if you want to make me a vampire, I'd be cool with that. But either way, I want to be on your side. And the Wolfman, he's probably the most irrational So I would just I would tell Frankenstein, hey, get Wolfman, lock him in the bathroom or something, then do whatever you guys want to do in here, but keep me on your side.
Okay. See, in my brain now, I'm like, has there ever been a clown vampire crossover? Is this
No, yeah, there really hasn't.
Okay, so you could be the first.
Could be.
Ooh, okay. Very intriguing. Very intriguing. All right, here's the next scenario. Triumph the insult comic dog just insulted Beetleborgs on Twitter. What is your comeback?
No, I love Triumph, but if he insulted the big bad Beetleborgs, I would say, I would have to see the actual insult, because what I would do is I would dissect just the wording of the insult outside of the actual. If he's just dogging the Beetleborgs, I don't think I could dog Triumph to stick up for the Beetleborgs, because I like them equally. But I would just probably make fun. I'd look for a spelling error or something like that.
The spelling, you get him on the grammar.
Yeah, look for punctuation and be a know-it-all in that way. Just try to make it look dumb.
Because he's a dog. So that makes sense to me. All right, here's the next one. Okay. Oh, Elvis has risen from the grave and challenged you to a sing-off. What song do you sing?
Oh, big bad Beetleborgs. Big bad Beetleborgs. And then hopefully Flabber would come out of nowhere and start jamming on the organ with me, and Elvis would disintegrate.
So would you say Elvis is a Beetleborgs fan?
I would think 100%. Yeah. Mm-hmm. With the martial arts and the action, it's hard not to be.
Okay, here's the next one. Okay. Oh God, this is terrible. Nicolas Cage refuses to do another sequel to National Treasure. What do we do, Clownvis?
I would talk to him. I would say, look, Nick, you're a national treasure. The movie was a national treasure. Let's just double down on this, buddy. National treasure too. I think I can talk him into it.
Okay. Let's see if we have another one of these. These are great so far. You're killing it, Clownvis.
I'm having a lot of fun. Do you write these?
My husband and I, yeah. Okay, McDonald's has run out of the McRib. I know one of your Nathans are probably upset. What do we do?
What do I personally do?
Mm-hmm.
I would just get a quarter pounder. I wouldn't worry about it.
Ooh, a Royale with cheese.
A Royale with cheese. But I've been taking the top bun off. You ever do that? It's like almost like you're eating some kind of French croissant or something.
I do that, but only when they put on like stuff I don't ask for, and I have to.
Yeah. I just started doing it I was trying to eat a little less bread, but now I just love taking the top off of the thing, and I feel like I'm eating some kind of crumpet or biscuit or something.
Is that a Clownvis life hack?
Yeah. Just order food and throw half of it away.
I love it. All right, I think that's it, right, Jude? If there's another, it's revealed that onomatones are used as a mind control advice. How do we deal with it?
Then I would call you right away, because you've got one behind you there.
Mm-hmm.
And we would find that my batteries are dead right now.
Oh, mine unfortunately are not.
Yes, good. I wish mine worked, man. Dang. Yeah, because we could really honk off here with these bad things.
We could start in do you pronounce it onomatone or automaton?
I say automaton, but I don't really refer to it as that. I mean, this thing, I call it mama, because it goes mama. If you just kind of flick its cheeks, it goes mama.
I love it. I knew this thing would come in handy when I got it. This was a pandemic purchase, so yeah. I'm glad to meet a fellow.
That's a good one. The Paul Stanley one is top notch.
Yes. All right. It's not going to stay put. Sorry, Pee-wee. All right. So that was the first one. We have another game, Clownvis. So this game is the game of Would You Rather. There is no wrong answers. And so whatever you choose to be the answer, so it shall be writ. So here's the first one. Here we go. Okay. Would you rather have to eat peanut butter, bacon, banana sandwiches every day, or have to eat fried pickles every day?
Fried pickles.
Fried pickles. Okay. So what is it about the other sandwich that we're a little hesitant on?
what was on there? Bacon's on there. I don't really like that combination together. And like I said, I'm trying to stay away from too much bread. I know there's breading on the pickles, but I do really like fried pickles.
Mm. Okay, good choice. Good choice. That's the correct answer. Okay, here's the next one. Would you rather, do a tour with Richard Cheese or do a tour with Weird Al?
Ooh, both great. I would quickly choose Weird Al because he's one of the biggest legends in my mind. But Richard Cheese is also a tour I would say hell yes to, because that would be so fun. Both of those guys, man, you go on tour with either of them, you're going to be, you get to enjoy a hilariously perfect show every night. I've seen them both, and to be on tour with something that you actually like watching is really a dream come true. So that would be fun, either one of those guys. But Weird Al takes the cake.
Do you have a favorite Weird Al song?
I like the originals, man, and I do have one that's my favorite. It's called "On Tour Night on the Jungle Cruise Ride." Skipper Dan. It's called Skipper Dan is the name. Skipper Dan. It's about this guy. Do you know that song? It's about. It's
I
from a
believe
couple
I do.
years ago. I think it was on. Maybe it was on the one before Mandatory Fun, or whatever. But it was. It's a song about a guy that. He was going to be a big actor, and then he never made it. And now he just is the tour guide of the Jungle Cruise ride at Disneyland. And it's just a really upbeat, fun song about a really sad thing that can happen to the actors.
Well, one of my bucket list items in life, I need to see Weird Al perform Albuquerque in Albuquerque.
Oh yeah, that's a great one. My God, yeah. I mean, God, every not every song, but I mean 99% of his songs don't miss at all.
Some of them, to be honest with you, Clownvis, because I feel like we're friends now, some of them I prefer to the actual original songs.
Oh yeah, certainly.
Okay.
Especially the American Pie one these days.
The Jedi.
Yeah, that completely has replaced the Jedi thing, and Yoda too. And I'm not even a Star Wars fan. I could care less about Star Wars, but he took both of those songs and made them. That's they take the top spot in my mind.
That's right. All right. Here's the next one. Would you rather compete on Nailed It or compete on The Amazing Race?
Wow. I've never watched Nailed It. I do know the concept, I guess. But Amazing Race would be way more fun because you get to run up to the pyramids and crap. That sounds fun. I'd like to. And then you're looking for clues. They still make that show? I watched that show like 20 years ago.
I feel like they do. Now, who would be your partner?
You, kid. What are you doing? Can you do it with me? Can we do it together?
I'm available. I'm just
do it.
Yeah, I'm not the best at traveling, but that will make for great TV.
Yeah,
so.
No, it's good if you're just whining and crying the whole time. Show us more.
Done.
I'll sign this up. I'll go to the website.
Let's go. Okay, you heard it here first, folks. All right. Here's the next one. Would you rather have a celebrity boxing match with Howard Stern or be handcuffed to Howie Mandel for 24 hours?
I would love to box Howard. I've listened to Howard Stern my whole life, and I'd like to dig it out with him. That might be a fair fight. Howie Mandel, I don't want to be handcuffed to anyone for 24 hours. Not really many people, but he's really. He used to be real funny, and now I don't want to say anything bad in case he's watching. But
long time watcher, yeah.
I think these days he's a little full of himself with this judge role where he's like this posh, untouchable king. It's like, man, you're not even. I don't want to say anything bad, but I just did. But I'd fight Howard.
It's all right. We roast the ones we love, right? That's how it works. Yeah.
If Howie could make a Little Monsters 2, I would do the handcuff thing.
Let's go, Howie. What are you waiting for? I feel like that's another Clownvis to the rescue thing we need to.
Yeah.
Come on.
I can hang out with that crew, the Little Monsters crew.
Yes. Oh, what a classic. All right, here's the next one. Okay. Would you rather have a crossover episode with Pee-wee's Playhouse or do a crossover episode with Joe Bob Briggs?
Pee-wee is I think Pee-wee is an idol and set the precedent for a lot of weird imaginary entertainment that myself and a lot of people do. And Joe Bob, I'm not as familiar with, but I see him a lot these days, and I haven't seen him enough to even know the full idea of what he does, but I am a big fan of anything that holds that space in media. Things like any kind of Svengoolies and Elvira's and things when there's a character that can help prop up something else like a movie, which I believe is what Joe Bob does.
That's exactly it at the drive-in.
I like that a lot. I've never seen it, but I wish him the best. I think he's cool just by guessing.
Yeah, but Pee-wee's a great choice. Great.
Pee-wee's the greatest, man, and he's still the greatest. And that last movie he put out was just perfect, and he's the best.
I believe he's shooting something now for
cool.
HBO, it looks like. I don't know what I'm supposed to say or not supposed to say. Whatever. Next one. Okay, here we go. Would you rather have Flabber join your Memphis Mafia or have Art the Clown join your Memphis Mafia?
Come on, next question. I'm a Flabber man.
Okay, fair.
You can keep that picture up of Flabber for a while. You see why I'm obsessed with him, man. I mean, like, we have many similar features.
I see it. But I have to say, those eyebrows on Flabber are pretty impeccable.
Yeah, he's got those almost look like inchworms or something.
Yeah.
But man, I'm just obsessed. I can't believe that you had that tape of him talking to me.
We'll send it to you after the stream too, so you can have it forever and ever and ever and listen to it every night.
So cool. Yeah, I love it. Thank you.
Of course.
Flabber's on my team. If I can get him on my team in any way, that's my man.
Fabulous. All right.
Who is? I don't know that scary clown.
Okay, so Art the Clown is the lead of the Terrifier franchise. So yes, he is a very scary clown. But the Terrifier films are wonderful, and if you're into that type of horror, highly recommend. It's a fun watch.
Yeah, I'm not really.
Okay.
I mean, I would try to watch anything in the right situation, but honestly, I get a little jumpy. I'm a little jumpy if I watch a scary movie by myself.
All good, and it certainly is a little scary. So maybe you'll pass on that one, Clownvis. So yeah. All right. We have one final one. Okay, so this is the final. Would you rather? Yeah. Would you rather be in a tag team with Chris Jericho in a JCW tag team match, or with Gangrel?
Wow, that is tough because I've just talked about how much I like Gangrel. But there's nobody like Chris Jericho that's come out of wrestling, and I don't say that lightly because there's been so many amazing talents. But specifically what he does, and to be this long-lasting champion that has jumped all over the place to all different things, and then to me, what really gets me is Fozzy and what he does outside of outside of the ring, and the guy doesn't stop. He doesn't stop. He's inhuman, and he is still very much one of the biggest players in the world of wrestling, I would say. So as much as I love Gangrel, and as much as I think Gangrel goes down in history as one of the coolest characters, I'm a vampire guy, and I love it, I would have to go with Chris Jericho.
It's a great choice. It's a great choice.
Just the coolest. Every picture of him, he's always got different cool jackets and shit. I love him, man.
He does have some very wonderful jackets. I will have to agree with you on that. But Clownvis, we've like reached pretty much the end of the stream. This went by way too fast.
Let's start over. Let's just do it all again.
Okay. All right. Well, I wish we could. Before we do wrap it up, though, we wanted to talk about upcoming stuff that you have going on. We have a graphic. Let's bring up the graphic. Hey. Of course, we want to plug your weekly live shows on YouTube on Wednesday and Sunday, but I believe you said no show this Sunday.
Sunday, it's a rare, we're taking the night off. We're going to do some studio work here to get ready for the holidays.
That's exciting.
But yeah, it's usually every Sunday and Wednesday on YouTube. So if you're subscribed to the YouTube, you'll get the notifications and all that. And man, we have fun. I mean, I'm so glad you were in the chats last night because we have so much fun. And it's just even even on the most basic night, which last night I would consider a basic night, But like you said, you had a really good time, and at the end of it, I had a really good time, and it always just kind of blasts off into weirdness real quick. You know, I enjoy it. I have a lot of fun with it.
But what's better than weirdness? I mean,
you gotta embrace it, or else you'll want to live under a rock. You know?
True. And then also we wanted to plug one more graphic, Holiday Fling, December 3rd. So what can you tell us about this event?
Well, thank you very much. This is a very exciting thing. The entire cast of my show, which is Bernie 95, our robot friend, and the alien squeeb, and the rat Nuff Nap, they're all going to be there with me on stage for the first time, which is the biggest deal. But like I said, I always do one of these holiday shows, and you know, I pull out the holiday material. I try to make it like a fun homecoming for everyone that gets together at these kind of things, you know, and hosted by Bruiser Queen. Opening the show with Bruiser Queen, and it's hosted by Learn, which is one of the coolest old school FM DJs in the world. I love it. So it's going to be a cool night. I appreciate you plugging that.
Oh my gosh, of course. Yeah, that's awesome. But before we do wrap it up, Clownvis, do you have any final thoughts you want to leave us with here tonight?
Oh, well, kid, you know, I'm trying to think of something. No, I really don't. I think I said everything. I mean, all I can think about is Flabber. I just got to get to the bottom of how you got that Flabber to.
I know. I feel like now we need a detective show.
I feel like someone had. What does your producer have, like Flabber's number or something, and just called him? And exactly.
I don't know, Jude. If you want to,
a Flabber friend, phone a friend.
I don't know. Maybe if he wants to post in the chat how he made it happen, that would be.
I'm telling you, I'm looking at this Flabber doll here.
Flabberific.
My fans just sent me this Flabber doll.
Oh, that's so nice.
I know. I want to take it out and put batteries in it and play with it, but it's not open yet. And you know that feeling. You're like, should I open it? It hasn't been open since whatever, 97 or something.
Yeah, I understand. Pristine condition, right?
Yeah, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take it out, and I got a Clownvis puppet, and I'm going to make him friends and try to do some Clownvis Flabber fan fiction theater or something.
We need that in our lives. Yes,
I do.
Please. So, okay, before we do wrap it up, we want to go over our upcoming guests that we have for the rest of the month. And we're starting to book into December already. So next Thursday, we have Rab himself from Jackass and Viva La Bam. The following Tuesday, we have wrestling personality David LaGreca from Busted Open Radio. And then we're ending out the month with the adorable Lavender from the film Matilda. We're so excited. Clownvis, this has been such an honor, and thank you so much for spending this whatever time it is where you're watching with us.
Well, this was my pleasure. I really like the setup of your show, and
thank you.
You are a professional, and I appreciate it.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm taking that sound clip and playing that forever. But all right, guys. Until next week, have a wonderful rest of your night. Make sure to check out Clownvis's show. It'll be happening next Wednesday because he's taking Sunday off. And yeah, we'll see you guys real soon. Have a wonderful rest of your night, everybody. Oh,
bye, guys.